Let's continue on here looking at the next one down, scalene. Scalene, remember, implies that it's a triangle that has no sides that are the same. And as you can see, we have two of those. Two we've used earlier when we defined right triangles, these two at the top here. This triangle here on the left side at the top, notice this side has two hash marks through it, but doesn't match up with any of the other sides of this particular triangle. Matches up with the big triangle at the top here, the right side, but we're not talking about that triangle. We're only talking about this one up here at the left. Two hash marks here, but this one has none, this one has none. So there's nothing that matches up here on the triangle at left, so that means that's a scalene triangle. Same thing for the one up here on the right side. Two hash marks here, but none here, means nothing matches up here. So that means that that is also a scalene triangle, triangles where no sides are the same. Finally, we've got obtuse, and there's one triangle that looks very obviously to be obtuse, and that's this triangle down here at the bottom that we've already talked about when we talked about isosceles. We can see here that this angle down here at E has a vertex of E. The angle is clearly wider than that classic L shape, which means it has to be an obtuse triangle. Remember, right triangles and obtuse triangles only have one angle of that type. Acute triangles have all angles of that type. So as we go ahead and go down and look at the concluding example here, again, they're asking me to classify the triangle according to its sides and angles. So when we're talking about sides, again, our choices here are scalene, where no sides are the same, isosceles, where two sides are the same, or equilateral, where all the sides are the same. Well, here we've got hash marks through the left and bottom sides of this right triangle here. So that means this is an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle, again, implies two sides are the same. When we're talking about triangles based on their angles, our choices are acute, right, and obtuse. Acute implies that acute implies that all the angles are acute, less than 90 degrees. Right implies that one of the angles measures exactly 90 degrees, and obtuse implies that one of the angles is bigger than 90 degrees. Well, if we look here at this bottom left corner, we do see a right angle marker, so that means this is a right triangle as well, again implying that it has one right angle. So this is an isosceles right triangle.